Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, teacher.
Hello,
Hi,
teacher.
teacher.
Hello, ¿cómo están? ¿Cómo me escuchan para comenzar?
Ahora todo bien.
Okay, great. Bueno. Ayer comenzamos la lección 4, ¿verdad? ¿Qué me tienen que contar hoy? Nothing much. Y bueno, les pongo ya el audio entonces para... Dana está. Irma, ¿cómo andamos, Irma? No te escucho, Irma. Bueno, ok. No funciona, ¿verdad? Vamos a comenzar entonces con el audio, la lección 1A y 1B por hoy. We're talking about firearms and firearm equipment. So we're going to listen up. What page is it? Do you have the pages?
For A, right?
I don't know. You know, I have this book.
4A is 73, teacher. Oh, no, sorry. I was wrong.
Yeah.
71.
So this is my book and I don't have the audio listen part, so I don't know the pages. Page 73, you said?
69. I was wrong.
69, okay. So let's move. Page 69, 4A. Let's go.
Open your language laboratory activities booklet to tape 4A. Look at figure 1. Listen and repeat the underlined words and some sentences.
Interested.
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 The study of firearms interested him.
Firearm.
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 Firearms include many different kinds of weapons.
Firearms includes many kind of weapons.
Ammunition.
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 And
Ammunition.
He
Ammunition.
loaded the ammunition into the weapon.
he loaded the ammunition.
He loaded the ammunition into the
Thorough.
weapon.
Thorough.
Throw.
Thorough.
Throw.
His training in firearms was very thorough.
Throw.
It was very complete.
Thorough. Thorough, very complete, thorough.
Bullets.
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 Bullets come in different sizes for different weapons.
Bullets can be different sizes.
Bullets come in different sizes for different
Equip.
weapons.
Equip.
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 Yep.
He was equipped with many types of firearms.
But it's equipped many times.
Equip.
Adequate.
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 She felt her training was
Adequate.
adequate. She felt it was sufficient.
She felt
Now
it
listen to
was
the paragraph
sufficient.
while you read it to yourself.
After Matt joined the Army, he found out that he had a lot more to learn. After he finished basic training, his sergeant asked him what part of the training interested him the most. Matt told him he was interested in firearms training. He wanted to learn more about weapons, such as handguns and rifles. Matt had some knowledge about firearms before he entered the Army. He did know something about the kinds of ammunition used in weapons. Now he wanted a more thorough understanding of all the different sizes of cartridges and bullets. He wanted to be equipped with the knowledge and experience that was necessary to do an adequate job in the Army.
Now look at figure 1 again and answer some questions.
Number 1. What did the sergeant ask Matt? Repeat. He asked what part of the training interested Matt the most? Number 2.
He asked what part.
What was Matt interested in? Repeat. He was interested in firearms training. Number 3. What did Matt know before he entered the Army? Repeat. He knew something about the kinds of ammunition used in weapons. Number 4. What did Matt want now? Repeat. He wanted a more thorough understanding of all the different kinds of cartridges and bullets. Number 5. What did Matt want to be equipped with? Repeat. He wanted to be equipped with the knowledge and understanding that was necessary to do an adequate job in the Army.
Now look at figure 2. Look at the pictures and listen to a dialogue between Matt and his sergeant.
Look at picture A. This is a picture of a cartridge. This is the case or shell. The case has both a nose and a head.
Isn't this the bullet and the powder that explodes in the case?
Yes, each round of ammunition has powder in the case or shell. Now look at the drawings of the two different handguns. They show the barrels, the triggers, and the front and rear sights. Drawing B is a picture of a revolver. It shows the chamber where the cartridges are placed. Drawing C is a picture of an automatic handgun with the magazine for the cartridges.
It's essential for us to know these parts of firearms, isn't it, Sergeant?
Yes, it's very important. You need to learn all you can about firearms.
Now repeat the underlined words in the dialogue and some sentences.
Cartridge. Cartridge. The cartridge is the bullet and the case. 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 The case holds the powder.
Case.
Shell. Shell. Shell is another word for case. Powder. Powder. The powder in the case explodes. 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 The powder explodes or ignites with great force. Round. Round.
Round.
He put a round of ammunition or bullet into the weapon. Barrel. Barrel. The bullet travels through the barrel. Trigger. Trigger.
Trigger.
He pulled the trigger to fire the weapon. Sight. Sight. She looked through the front and rear sights and fired the rifle. Chamber.
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 The bullet was placed into the chamber of the revolver. Magazine.
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 He filled the magazine with cartridges,
Magazine.
loading the automatic handgun. Essential. Essential.
Essential.
It's essential or important to clean your weapon.
Look at figure 3. You will hear some statements about the firearms. Mark T if the statement is true, or F if the statement is false. Remember, T for true, F for false.
Number 1. The powder is found in the case. Number 2. The chamber holds the cartridges. Number 3. You pull the trigger to load the weapon. Number 4. The magazine holds the cartridges in an automatic handgun.
Now, let's check your answers.
Number 1 is true. Yes, the powder is found in the case. Number 2 is true. The chamber holds the cartridges. Number 3 is false. You don't pull the trigger to load the weapon. You pull the trigger to fire the weapon. Number 4 is true. The magazine holds cartridges in an automatic weapon.
Look at figure 4. Listen to a sentence and complete it with a modal auxiliary in the box that has the same meaning as the one in the sentence. Number 1 is an example. Listen.
We ought to go to the library this evening.
The correct answer is had better. Had better means the same as ought to. Write had better in the blank. Now complete the rest of the sentences like the example.
Number 2. I intended to write them, but I didn't have time. Number 3. Fran couldn't visit her friends. Number 4. It's possible for you to go downtown by bus. Number 5. He wanted to buy some ammunition, but we didn't have enough money. Number 6. It's possible to get a good score if you study. Number 7. They should report to the sergeant right away. Number 8. We couldn't go on vacation this year.
Let's check your answers.
Number 1 is had better. Repeat. We ought to go to the library this evening. We had better go to the library this evening.
We had better go to the library this evening.
Number 2 is was going to. Repeat. I intended to write them, but I didn't have time. I was going to write them, but I didn't have time.
I was going to write them, but I didn't have time.
Have time.
Number 3 is unable. Repeat. Fran couldn't visit her friends. Fran was unable to visit her friends.
Fran wasn't able to visit her friends.
Number 4 is can. Repeat. It's possible for you to go downtown by bus. You can go downtown by bus.
You can go
Go downtown.
downtown by
Yes.
bus.
Number 5 is we're going to. Repeat. We wanted to buy some ammunition, but we didn't have enough money. We were going to buy some ammunition.
We were going to
didn't
buy
have
some
enough money.
ammunition.
But we didn't have enough money.
Enough money.
Number 6 is can. Repeat. It's possible to get a good score if you study. You can get a good score if you study.
You can get a good score if you study.
Had better. Repeat. They should report to the sergeant right away. They had better report to the sergeant right away.
They had better
better
report to the
Number
sergeant
8
right
is
away.
unable. Repeat. We couldn't go on vacation this year. We were unable to go on vacation this year.
We were
We were unable to go on vacation this year.
Now look at figure 5. You will hear a paragraph. Listen to the paragraph and write the main idea of the paragraph on the lines provided. Listen.
All firearms require maintenance in order to function well. If you own a firearm, it's essential for you to clean it thoroughly every time you use it. You should equip yourself with the materials needed to clean weapons. With a revolver, for example, the barrel and chambers need to be cleaned with a brush. The brush should be run through the barrel and chambers several times. Then a small piece of cloth with cleaner on it should be used to clean them. After that, another clean cloth needs to be used to remove any extra cleaner. After cleaning these parts, you must check all other parts carefully to make sure that all the dirt has been removed. Finally, apply some oil to all the exterior parts, but be careful not to use too much oil. Oil tends to collect dirt. A thorough cleaning after every use will guarantee the proper functioning of your weapon.
Now write the main idea. The main idea is all firearms require maintenance in order to function well. Turn to the last page of the activities for this tape to check your answer. This is the end of tape 4A, book 22.
American life.
So far, so good. Now we are going to listen 1B, 4B. Okay, let's go.
Book 22, tape 4B. Hello. Open your language laboratory activities booklet to tape 4B.
Look at figure 1. Repeat the underlined words and the sentences. Number 1, ease. Ease. Matt completed his training with ease. It was not difficult for him. Number 2, risk. Risk. Take a chance. Take a chance. He learned not to risk shooting a gun that isn't functioning properly. He learned never to take a chance with a weapon that is malfunctioning. Number 3, tend. Tend. Matt discovered that some people tend to be careless with firearms. They are likely to be careless. Number 4, on account of. On account of. Tendency. Tendency. He had to stop firing on account of lack of ammunition. The rifle has a tendency to shoot to the right. It tends to shoot to the right. Number 5, barrel. Barrel. Sights. Sights. The bullet travels through the barrel of the weapon. The sights are located on the barrel of the weapon. Number 6, troubleshoot. Troubleshoot. Arm. Arm. His job was to troubleshoot or find malfunctions in firearms. The men were armed. They were carrying firearms. Number 7, make sure. Make sure. He had to make sure the handgun was empty before cleaning it. Number 8, detect. Detect. He detected a malfunction. He discovered a malfunction. Number 9, checked off. Checked off. Identified. Identified. He had a list of names and checked off each one as he called it. He identified the different parts of the rifle. He recognized them. Number 10, firing pin. Firing pin. The firing pin strikes the head of the cartridge.
Now look at figure 2. Listen to a sentence. Then choose the sentence, A or B, that has the same meaning. Let's begin.
Number 1, Anne marked the items on her list. Number 2, Jack discovered a malfunction in his car. Number 3, he didn't want to take a chance on losing his money. Number 4, Bob performed the job with no difficulty. Number 5, Eric recognized his baggage at the airport. Number 6, the car has a tendency to move to the left. Number 7, we want to be certain our car is repaired correctly. Number 8, Bob located the malfunction in the firearm. Number 9, Jack didn't want to risk being late to work. Number 10, her weapon misfired because of a faulty firing pin.
Let's check your answers.
Number 1 is A. Repeat. Anne marked the items on her list. She checked off the items on her list. Number 2 is A. Repeat. Jack discovered a malfunction in his car. He detected a malfunction in his car. Number 3 is B. Repeat. He didn't want to take a chance on losing his money. He didn't want to risk losing his money. Number 4 is B. Repeat. Bob performed the job with no difficulty. He performed the job with ease. Number 5 is A. Repeat. Eric recognized his baggage at the airport. He identified his baggage at the airport. Number 6 is B. Repeat. The car has a tendency to move to the left. It tends to move to the left. Number 7 is A. Repeat. We want to be certain our car is repaired correctly. We want to make sure our car is repaired correctly. Number 8 is B. Repeat. Bob located the malfunction in the firearm. He troubleshot the firearm. Number 9 is A. Repeat. Jack didn't want to risk being late for work. He didn't want to take a chance on being late for work. Number 10 is A. Repeat. Her weapon misfired because of a faulty firing pin. Her weapon misfired on account of a faulty firing pin. Now look at figure 3. Repeat the underlined words and the sentences. Number 1, extreme. Number 2, outer. Outer. She waited in the outer office before she saw the doctor. Number 3, inner. Inner. The nurse took her to the inner office where the doctor was waiting. Number 4, stationary. Stationary. The target was stationary. It wasn't moving. Number 5, upper. Upper. They rode on the upper level of the bus so they could see better. Number 6, essential. Essential. It's essential to keep your rifle clean. It's important to clean it. Number 7, thorough. Thorough. John did a thorough job in cleaning his handgun. He did a good and complete job. Number 8, adequate. Adequate. The amount of time to finish the test was adequate. There was enough time. Now look at figure 4. Listen and circle the best answer, A, B, or C. Number 1, the men became exhausted because of the extreme heat. How hot was it? Number 2, the bag on the outside protects the bread. What protects the bread? Number 3, Jack put the books on the top shelf of the bookcase. What shelf did he put them on? Number 4, the inside of the circle is red. Which part of the circle is red? Number 5, the colonel didn't explain everything in his briefing, but he said enough. Number 6, Pete's report was complete. How was the report? Number 7, it's important to maintain your rifle. Number 8, this part doesn't move at all. Let's check your answers. Number 1 is A, very hot. Repeat, the men became exhausted because of the extreme heat. It was very hot. Number 2 is C, the outer bag. Repeat, the outer bag protects the bread. Number 3 is B, the upper shelf. Repeat, Jack put the books on the upper shelf of the bookcase. Number 4 is B, the inner part. Repeat, the inner part of the circle is red.
The inner part of the circle is red.
Number 5 is A, adequate. Repeat, the briefing was adequate. Number 6 is B, thorough. Repeat, Pete's report was complete. It was thorough. Number 7 is C, it's essential. Repeat, it's essential to clean it. Number 8 is A,
It's essential to
stationary.
clean it.
Repeat, this part doesn't move. It's stationary.
Look at figure 5. Listen and repeat the words and their opposites formed with the prefixes in the box.
Hey,
Remember that all of these prefixes make words with opposite meanings.
Number 1, legal. Illegal. Illegal means not legal. Number 2, possible. Impossible. Impossible means not possible. Number 3, adequate. Inadequate. Inadequate means not adequate. Number 4, responsible. Irresponsible. Irresponsible means not responsible. Number 5, essential. Non-essential. Non-essential means not essential. Number 6, polite. Impolite. Impolite means not polite. Number 7, active. Inactive. Inactive means not active. Number 8, regular. Irregular. Irregular means not regular. Number 9, technical. Non-technical. Non-technical means not technical. Number 10, complete. Incomplete. Incomplete means not complete.
Look at figure 6. Listen to a sentence. Use the adjectives with negative prefixes in the figure to complete the sentences. Number 1 is an example. Listen.
This part of the lesson is not important. The answer is non-essential. Write non-essential in the blank. This part of the lesson is non-essential.
Let's continue with the rest of the exercise.
Number 2, the amount of paper was not adequate. Number 3, the book has only general information in it. Number 4, his turn at the corner was against the ball. Number 5, the instructor's list didn't have all the names on it. Number 6, John wasn't polite.
And we are finishing classes with these exercises. I think that we are going to continue tomorrow.
Number 7, she doesn't go to the library
Okay,
every
teacher.
day.
Hey, teacher.
Number 8, he can't borrow money from the bank. Number 9, Sam is not a careful driver. Number 10, Tom never exercises.
Let's check your answers to the exercise.
Number 1 is non-essential.